So I'm Caitlin, and today I'm going to show you how to sew your own cloth diapers. There are a lot of free patterns available on the internet, and this is one of them. This is the one that I like the most because it's super easy. There's no Velcro, there's no snaps, there's no anything to put on. So basically just print it out and cut it out and you're ready to go. Put your pattern down on your fabric and trace all the way around. Then of course you cut it out. So the first thing that you do is once your piece of fabric is cut out, let's pretend this is the piece of fabric, right along the top here you need to make the little seam for the back pocket. So what you'll do is you'll flip that down right where your marks are, but on your fabric, like so. Whoop. And then sew all the way along so that it makes a seam like this so that you don't have like a ragged edge. See how I sewed it here? And also there like that to flip it. So first things first, I'm going to flip this down and sew it along just to make the top seam for the pocket. Okay, now I'm going to sew all the way around the edge. I put the two pieces of flannel together with the right sides facing each other, where the pattern is in other words. And I'm just going to sew all the way around. Alright. Corners are the tricky parts here. Okay, so I finished sewing all the way around, and now before I turn it all the way inside out, I'm going to put elastic on here, on the seam allowance itself. Like I'm going to put the elastic down outside of the line where I sewed. So it's pretty important here to pull as hard as you possibly can on the elastic to make sure that it'll stretch enough to make the leg gusset. So here we go. This is actually the trickiest part of the whole thing, so just take your time. I'm doing a zigzag stitch as well. You just have to adjust that on the machine. Here we go. There, one side's done. Ta-da! See? Stretchy, stretchy. So now you have to go and do the other side. So now that I sewed my elastic on both sides, I'm just going to stick my hand inside and flip it inside out. And you get to see what an awesome job I did with all my crooked sewing. Okay, so now I'm going to top stitch all the way around the top of the diaper, just a little bit to the inside. Okay, now when you get to the elastic part, make sure that you do your stitching to the outside of the elastic, not over the elastic itself, but it'll allow it to bunch up properly that way. So you're going to have to go wide a little bit like this. You can feel it with your finger as you do it. So here's our finished diaper right here. You will need to stuff it with something for it to be absorbent. So what you can either do is, like right here, you can sew out of microfiber and matching fleece, little matching insert to stuff into the diaper, or if you look out like me, go to the local dollar store and buy a whole microfiber towel for a whole $1. That'll do the trick. Otherwise you can use what's called a pre-fold. Ta-da! Pre-fold diapers, they can actually be used on their own, like so, with a cover. But the amazing thing about the diaper that we just made is that it can fit anywhere from little tiny babies, when they're folded upright to fit, to big, huge, big bear babies. So here goes. Pop it under the baby. Close it up just like a regular diaper. A regular diaper. This is a regular diaper. Close it up just like a disposable. Dun, 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 dun. Now this diaper is meant to be used with pins. You can pin it on, or you can use a snappy, which is this little wiggly thing. And it's designed so that it can't stick the baby, so you just put it on the outside. Boop. It is elasticy, so you should not be talking to a camera while doing it. So here you go. Stretch. Stretch. All done. That's it. Now, I don't know about you, but this is, in my opinion, way cuter than regular diapers anyway. Why not make them yourself?